Hi, welcome to She Spice. The amusement world was turned topsy-turvy when Jaguar Wright took to virtual entertainment, claiming that Usher, an eminent figure in the R&B world, had offered Justin Bieber to Diddy for a faltering $50 million. Attendant ought to be accused and attempted of him off of Justin Bieber alone. This wasn't simply one more gossip. Wright asserted that this arrangement was part of a bigger example in Hollywood, where rising stars are purportedly exchanged for power, impact, and control. What precisely occurred among Usher and Diddy, and how did Justin Bieber think of himself as trapped in the center? All things considered, I have been given guardianship of him. You realize he endorsed Usher. I'm endorsed to Usher. I had lawful guardianship of Usher when you know he did his initially out as per WR. It was a determined move. Usher had been a tutor to Bieber, directing him as he soars to notoriety as a high school icon. However, in the background, there were hazier powers at play, as indicated by Kim Dorman's sister. Justin Bieber purportedly lost his V-card to Diddy Tamia Watchman, the sister of the late Kim Watchman, let it all out as she dove into the dinky profundities of the diversion world. She claimed that Diddy committed acts that oppose portrayal acts that, as indicated by her, involved a youthful, naive Justin Bieber. In a stunning case, she recommended that Diddy exploited Bieber's honesty, venturing to such an extreme as to claim that Diddy was answerable for taking Justin's V-card. Diddy, you broke Justin Bieber's virginity. Yes, totally won now. The unusual part is that we have all heard an alternate rendition of Justin Bieber's most memorable time in 2011 when Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez were the it 2 or 3 Hollywood at the time their relationship was continually in the spotlight, and the media couldn't get enough of their tornado sentiment. Paparazzi followed them all over the place, and fans enthusiastically ate up everything about it. In the midst of all the buzz, there was one gossip that stuck out and caught everybody's attention, that they had taken a significant step in the right direction in their relationship. As their relationship turned out to be more serious, tales started to whirl that Bieber and Gomez had reached a critical achievement together, as indicated by a few reports. It was generally trusted that they had culminated their relationship during this time, so the report claims that Justin is really telling his companions this statement. I realized she was in love with me when she gave me her virginity. This assertion immediately became a hotly debated issue in the media, with numerous estimates about the reality behind it. Quick forward a little, and more subtleties started to arise. An insider near the couple shared some delicious data with Radar Online. Adding more layers to the story is indicated by this unknown source. Bieber and Gomez had taken a mysterious escape to Palm Springs, California throughout the late spring of 2011. The insider uncovered they traveled to Palm Springs on 2 or 3 days and had a very confidential spot to remain the excursion, as it turned out to be no conventional excursion. The separated idea of the escape was by plan. The source guaranteed that the reason for this heartfelt getaway was to mark a significant defining moment in their relationship. The source happened to make sense of that. Gomez had purportedly given her full consent to Bieber during this trip, at last consenting to take their relationship to a more private level. The excursion was 100% on the grounds that Selena at last expressed yes to having S with him. They concurred on the grounds that the two of them said they were in affection. The insider added this disclosure made truly a mix with fans and news sources, the same guessing about the timing and subtleties of this huge second in their relationship at face esteem. This adaptation of occasions illustrates Bieber's most memorable time than the one as of late exposed by Tamima Dorman, who proposes a lot more obscure stories, including Diddy and Usher, as per Watchman. Bieber's prologue to closeness was anything in any case, heartfelt, alluding to a really upsetting, what's more, manipulative experience. Her cases have started a ton of discussion, with numerous fans partitioned on what to trust. On the one hand, you have the generally acknowledged story of Bieber and Selena's adolescent love, which fits the picture many have of a youthful, big-name couple encountering life and, what's more, love together. On the other hand, Tamima Dorman's charges present. That's what a more evil component proposing there might have been a hazier thing happening in the background in Bieber's life, for setting an old video of Diddy and afterward, underage Justin Bieber circling on the web has caused the web to accept them. Most terrible. Many fans were floored by the disrupting thought that he could have been supposedly doing some truly obscure stuff with the underage star. In those days, the flowing video showed up as cow. Try security assaulted Diddy's manners in LA and Miami. It shows Shea Love comes remaining close to the youthful pop star, saying right currently he's having 48 hours with Diddy him and his kid. They're having the hours of their lives like you know where we hanging out and what we doing we can't actually reveal, he further added yet. It's a 15-year-old's fantasy. We're going to go full insane. Most certainly a 15-year-old's fantasy for the following 48 hours he's with me, so no doubt. And what? He going to go full buck, full psycho, going off the deep end insane. Puffy was even heard discussing introduce the video. He makes reference to that despite the fact that he's not Bieber's lawful watchman. He had authority over him for 48 hours since he was endorsed to Usher. Diddy additionally claims to have had lawful guardianship over Usher, who was likewise a youngster, when he dealt with his most memorable collection. I have been given authority over him. You realize he signed the Usher. I'm child the attendant. I had lawful guardianship of Usher when you knew he did his most memorable collection. I guide its first collection. I don't actually have lawful guardianship of him. Online entertainment clients promptly started to stress over what Diddy's nearby relationship with these underage youngsters at that point could suggest. Numerous web-based clients named these recordings as dreadful and upsetting, while others were feeling quite a bit better that the more obscure side of showbiz was at long last being exposed. Did he likewise promise to gift Bieber his white Lamborghini as before long as he turned 16? Better believe it. So when you turn 16, guess what I'm saying? I will allow you to shake this each time, you better believe it. This is going to be yours, so allow me to let you know, minimal Dusty. Anyway, Bieber didn't appear to take the rapper's liberal deal, as Bieber told Individuals magazine. Diddy said at the point when I turn 16, he will give me his Lamborghini. Yet, we as a whole realize Diddy isn't going to give me his Lamborghini. He's all discussion. Even Justin couldn't comprehend why Diddy was by and large so liberal. He even said he would gift him a chateau when he turned 18. It just so happens that Diddy was attempting to bait him with costly things that any youngster would want at Justin's progress in years after the entirety of it resembles being a sugar daddy in return for sugar. Quick forward to now. Justin uncovered that he had been routinely utilizing medications and confronting the most troublesome at a great time. Quite a large number of fans hypothesized that it was on the grounds that Diddy presented him with an illegal climate. During his experience growing up, there was a period where I was tasting lean. I was popping pills. I was doing Molly, shrooms, everything, and it was simply a departure for me. The most terrible part in this is that attendant apparently let Bieber go through a similar stuff he went through with Diddy, you see during an interview on the Howard Harsh show. Usher shared stories from his initial days in New York City, incorporating living with Puff Daddy as a youngster and hanging out at Flavor Camp for gatherings and social occasions. Purportedly, Usher was directed into the universe of popularity and abundance by Brushes, who assumed the job of his tutor and had Usher live with him. Usher shared that as a teen, living with Diddy, he was normally inquisitive about what was occurring around him anyway. He found that a portion of the things he found were not proper for somebody his age to be presented to, and I lived with Scene Puffy CS for a year. That is the insane thing now. That was La Reed's thought. Right, we're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp. There you go to learn FL Camp. That is what it was called. Diddy Combs saw Usher when he was only 14 years of age, and he rapidly marked the youthful ability to terrible kid amusement anyway. With that came the new way of life that Diddy had been living. Puffy's spot was like just loaded up with chicks and origin like constant, right? No, not actually. I mean, except for hello, it was inquisitive. I had an opportunity to see some things definitely. Yet, U13 where you see, I went there to see the way of life anyway. That way of life has had an enduring adverse consequence on Usher, as he found things occurring around him as a youthful craftsman that he didn't comprehend at the time. I couldn't say whether I could enjoy and comprehend what I was in any event. Seeing it was pretty wild getting out ahead till the current attendant got serious about the less impressive side of his initial vocation in a 2012 meeting with Oprah Winfrey. He made sense of that act. the point when he was youthful. Brushes presented him to wild and insane gatherings. Usher has straightforwardly examined that, as a young person, he shouldn't have seen a portion of the things he did. He uncovered that Diddy's way of life conflicted with many guidelines. However, it went on in Hollywood, where he and numerous other youthful craftsmen were ruined with Puffy in that time or the passage. However, these are places that a 13-year-old likely ought not be. I'm around developed ladies, and I'm seeing them get things done, and I also have encounters that I'm not exactly. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.